Hello, today is Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. Here is your daily signal. According to Fortune, tensions between Iran and the U.S. have sharply escalated, with Iran launching attacks on Bahrain and Kuwait and threatening a complete halt to peace talks, raising fears of a wider regional conflict over the Strait of Hormuz. To understand this, recall that since the U.S. reimposed sanctions on Iran's oil exports in 2018, Iran has maintained control over the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial choke point where roughly 21 million barrels of oil transit daily. This region has seen periodic military confrontations and volatile statements, straining diplomacy among Gulf states allied with either power. Reuters reported on June 30 that U.S. sanctions enforcement led to a 15% reduction in Iranian oil shipments, spurring speculation swings in Brent crude futures. Bloomberg added that diplomatic talks between Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Iran stalled after a missile incident in the strait, and Financial Times notes OPEC ministers urgently met to address supply disruptions caused by these tensions. In the near term, Brent crude prices may spike, potentially reaching $95 a barrel if instability persists, while increased military presence in the Persian Gulf could raise risks and insurance premiums for commercial shipping. Over the medium term, Asian economies may diversify away from Middle Eastern oil as diplomatic deadlock weakens regional alliances and undermines U.S. influence and overall stability in the Gulf. Next, we look at the $1 trillion surge in artificial intelligence investment and its risks, as highlighted in a Fortune analysis quoting the Bank for International Settlements. The BIS warns that the AI frenzy may rival prior booms like the dot-com crash and railway mania, but with much higher stakes due to the sheer capital involved. Since OpenAI launched ChatGPT in late 2022, global AI investment has surpassed $1 trillion, drawing comparisons to past speculative bubbles. .com in 2000 and U.S. housing in 2008, with market risk building rapidly. Big tech firms including Nvidia, Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and OpenAI have driven massive infrastructure spending alongside chip manufacturers such as AMD, while institutional investors like BlackRock, Vanguard, and SoftBank pour funds into startups. Financial Times reports over $1 trillion funneled into AI since 2023, sparking debates about stability. Reuters notes the SEC has urged greater disclosure from tech firms exposed to AI asset bubbles, and Bloomberg reports Nvidia's shares hit a record $3.5 trillion market cap amid sustained investor flows. In the near term, market volatility and overvaluation may mirror previous bubbles, posing systemic risks for financial institutions and pension funds with heavy exposure if a sudden correction hits. Regulators in the U.S. and EU are responding with heightened scrutiny and possible intervention, while a sharp reversal in AI equities could delay technology adoption and stall R&D spending. Next, on to the U.S. government's ambitious quantum computing project. New Scientist reports Washington aims to develop a useful quantum computer by 2028, accelerating research with significant state backing. The National Quantum Initiative Act, launched in December 2018, set a framework to speed up quantum research and promote industry adoption. At its core, quantum computing leverages quantum physics for cryptography, simulation, and optimization, and national security agencies now prioritize quantum-resistant encryption given quantum computers' ability to crack traditional schemes. The Department of Energy, National Science Foundation, and NIST are leading implementation, joined by technology giants like IBM, Google, and Honeywell, with legislative support from Senator John Thune and Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson. On June 30, the Department of Energy announced a $500 million fund for quantum security cooperation with industry. Google unveiled a commercial quantum accelerator, broadening access to quantum resources, and the NSA released new guidelines for quantum-resistant encryption. Near-term, critical infrastructure could adopt quantum-safe protocols to strengthen national cybersecurity. Over the medium term, industry acceleration may yield commercial quantum processors by 2027, affecting logistics, finance, and pharmaceuticals. International competition in quantum technology will likely intensify, bringing new strategic alliances and export controls. Now, onto the markets. In the international markets, the Netherlands led gains with an 1.82% day-over-day rise, while Germany showed mixed performance between EWG and EWD, the latter up 0.73%. France and Italy advanced slightly and Spain posted modest momentum, with EWP up 3.34% month-on-month. Australia experienced a notable daily gain of 1.48%, while China large cap slipped 0.38% on the day and 10.61% over the month. Japan, India, and Taiwan each posted small daily increases, Taiwan seeing the largest at 2.67% supported by EWT. Among commodities, silver was up nearly 1.5% with SLV, while U.S. oil continued its decline, losing 0.6% on the day and over 21% for the month. Gold was flat, and agriculture showed a slight uptick, with DBA up 0.6% day over day. Platinum and uranium both fell, while lithium rose by 1.25% on the day even as monthly momentum stayed negative. In the favorites category, AMD surged over 7.6% day over day with strong momentum. Axon gained nearly 10% and Intel advanced 6%. Microsoft rose 1.2% on the day despite negative monthly performance, but Adobe and Oracle remained under pressure. In sectors, semiconductors marked a robust daily breakout, up 4.3% day over day, while healthcare retreated 1.3%. The S&P 500 edged higher by 0.8%, supported by momentum from ITA in aerospace and MOO in agriculture showing slight gains. That's it for today. You can find more news and details on our website. Goodbye.